I'm back at the same place the next day with a better hat. Alright, here's the setup once again. It appeared to work very well yesterday. As far as the scene goes, let's check out the scene. I'm a little earlier today because I want a little more time to paint if I can. The main thing, so I looked at it yesterday. I was going to finish it in studio, but decided not to. To me, the fun is actually being out here and doing it, and I'm kind of wanting to test certain techniques anyway. So if I do it in the studio, it kind of just, not cheating, but it just doesn't test what I want to test. It's really windy today. Hopefully the mic works just fine. So as far as this goes, I'm wanting to do better with the color in here, right? There's a little bit of overhang here with the foliage that I want to make sure to get in. Maybe build some form in this foliage better. I need to go darker with it. I didn't go as dark last time, and so anyway, you can kind of see what I was talking about here. I'm not perfectly happy with this color. It's kind of matching these and flattening everything out when it definitely is not. That it needs to be way cooler here. Probably cut this off a little bit. It's a little long, and bring some of this down over the top here. We're gonna fudge some foliage up here because I'm not liking this, even though that's what it really is, but I might just end up finishing the telephone pole here. That's probably what I'll do to break that up. This foliage is also blending into everything else in the background, when really it needs to not be mid-tone like this. It needs to be, there's a lot darker foliage and then a lot lighter foliage on top of it, right? This was building up well. I just need to start picking up proper details. Same with most of this except for that color. Over here, it's just going to be this like foliage apocalypse kind of thing going on. I'm not going to put in the bench. I might put in the bench, but I don't think I will. I just don't care enough about it. But I'm definitely going to put this awning that's coming out here because I kind of like that. So that's that. I've refilled everything, so it should be ready to go. Let's fucking do this. Oh, I also added phthalo green. So I have my usual travel palette here. I added another little thing here. Just some red because I put only the yellow in here, or in here where the red used to be. I kind of think I need an extra couple. Some bone or some like I don't know, titanium, or yeah, like unbleached titanium or whatever. And here's some phthalo green, and I'm seeing it. It's like the green shade. I'm not liking it at all. It looks horrible, just out of the tube. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'll actually end up using any of these. So. I'm going to try to be here only about an hour or so to polish this up, finish it up. It's really small, mostly done. All the big stuff's done. Yesterday the sun was bugging me. Today the wind is bugging me. Kind of got to just tough this stuff out, I guess. Doesn't mean it's not bugging me. There's probably enough in this replenished palette for 2 pieces or so. It may actually look a little different today because the burnt sienna I was using. Oh, I'm actually going to put some Payne's Gray out today too. So that's what this is, Payne's Gray. But this burnt sienna I'm using now, sorry, this is phthalo blue. What I was using yesterday was a student color version of burnt sienna. And my favorite, the cleanest, most brilliant complement between ultramarine and burnt sienna is with the, I shouldn't have put this, I should have put it, oh, anyway, hold on. I'm putting pure yellow. I'm slightly changing the order this time. I'm putting the yellow here by the yellow. If I have to mix an orange, I'm going to take the rest of the red that was in here already and just mix up that orange. Because I had an orange yesterday. I'm just trying to keep it consistent. I used to keep the red and the yellow in the same thing, but I'm not really doing that. So this is, I think it's quinacridone. If not, I'll probably switch to the quinacridone. I like whatever. This isn't floating my boat, this red. I found a beautiful quinacridone, but it's golden. So I tried to stick with the Utrecht colors because they're cheaper a lot of the time for these kind of things, but not always possible. Not always possible. So put our grays out here. I didn't refill any of the grays, so I kind of am just using it up here. I don't care about it that much, maybe a little. And there we go. If I have to later, I'll use a more pure red or any of this stuff. I actually might, oh, that's what I didn't do this time. I haven't put the whites out. Okay, so we have some unbleached titanium. I'm not really liking the sheen either, so I might put some gloss medium in a tube here. I might start using that. And I remembered, actually dug up my matte medium here. So technically I could start to use either of those. I actually really like the sheen the matte medium gives. So I may just use that. I don't know. Again, this is like a student grade. It says artist. I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to mean though. An artist grade white. But I usually like them, especially for this kind of thing, because they're less pigment dense, so they're a little more buttery. Are we gonna test this shit out here? Got gusts of wind. How are we doing? Well, it's still standing. It's just nice not having to fight the white color very much. So we'll just grab our usual Anyway, so it's a Utrecht ultramarine and a Utrecht burnt sienna, but I started using as the main sort of pivotal complement the burnt sienna and ultramarine because of the beautiful color it gives you with the ultramarine, or sorry, with the Utrecht pigments, right? And because of that, well, anyway, so I went and picked up some later on, and I got a cheaper, uh, huge tube of like some cheaper student grade stuff, and it just didn't work. It still created the proper complement, but it was a cheaper pigment, and I think it had some adulterating pigments in it as well, so it just wasn't quite as beautiful. And I think it shows, like when you have cheap pigments, it shows. And none of these should be cheap pigments. These are all quality things. So the except for the white, but it's just titanium white. So what you're really going on is pigment density here. So you load up something that's too pigment dense with the white, and it gets a little unruly, right? So I don't know. I think a lot of people would take that trade just for a dense pigment, but for me, I like having buttery white because I'm mixing it so much. And also, I'm using brushes like this. This is like a watercolor brush, so I'm not trying to. Well, I don't know. It's not like I have some stiff like hog bristle or something like that, right? So butterier the paint, sometimes the better. Um, yeah. Where are we gonna start? Let's warm up with something a little less critical. Yeah, so I'm just gonna relay in some shapes here, try to sort of sculpt around the tree a little bit. Sorry, sculpt around the house a little bit. Mainly, yeah, just like reestablishing a couple of planes I didn't like. Got a little muddy here, so I'm kind of reestablishing some nice horizontals here. Which this color is nice and back, and it shows up a little bit as it comes forward, but there are some real strong horizontals that need to be covered. Yeah, I had to kind of. My favorite part of the paintings yesterday was when I kind of let loose a little bit, stopped being too careful, and just was mixing around the palette a lot to put things on and just getting a lot of spot color. In the beginning, it was a little too compartmentalized. I don't usually do that. I don't usually over compartmentalize things. Um, I don't know why I ended up doing that yesterday, but you know, we figured it out. Man, this pale yellow's rough. It is very weak color. Yeah, in the real world, there's a lot more space between this trunk and this, so I'm gonna have to fudge this a little bit, but that's okay. Really interested in getting this green right. I don't think it is right. But to be fair, there's a bunch of color in that green. So it comes out about here. Creates a little bit of dimension here. In fact, I'm rapidly getting to the point where even this brush is getting too big. But we'll figure that out real quick. Okay. Got some pavement that isn't there later in the day that's super bright, but I kind of like the contrast, so I'm going to put it in. Just like I know this isn't here right now, but I'm going to put it in right now. So there's a lot of planes facing up here that are in shadow. I'm going to try to cool them off a little bit, but Also still have them be in shadow, but some kind of distinctive plane. That may have to work for now. Fuck that up, probably. Okay. Some rocks. Okay. What color is that? That is a weird color. So you have this dirty glass color that's also picking up a lot of stuff from the grass. It's kind of interesting. Go back here and sneak you in. Cut that whole area back. I shouldn't use that there. Not this size of brush is what I meant. This thing's weird. There's a lot of glistening coming from this tree. I think that needs more of this. Needs a lot of this like bleached grass color peeking in from behind it. I sort of put it in before, but it was like too orange, I think. You don't want the orange to start coming in till down here, which this is the good color. This is a good color for it. And there's actually a bunch of it here too. I just think the green is probably more, the green and yellow is probably more important to show. A minute down there. Didn't really want to glaze, but I'll take it for now. Is this color anywhere? There is no green with the ultramarine until you start getting into the background. Otherwise, everything is warm. And if it's not warm, it's really warm. drying everything out quick. Let's just try to be fucking fast here. I don't even know what I'm doing. What the hell am I doing? Fudgy color in here. All right. That's better. Okay. I can't do this. I got to start getting detail in here. Because the whole thing is I want to prep it for this last layer. And the whole point, the last layer here, is essentially get very painterly in a very small area. And so I still want to achieve the painterliness of everywhere else, but in just a smaller range of detail. And all my damn paint's gonna dry if I don't hurry. I don't want to redeploy all the paint. Okay. I should probably probably mix pools of things. I don't know what to mix quite yet. Shit, there's one big oh, that's a perfect color for that. Okay. A little bit of you. Okay. I already have it. Okay. Okay, so this guy needs to go all the way out. It's actually not aligned with that. It's actually different, which is going to look funky. This is going to be here. interesting, actually. Fudge something here. It works. I'm just going to go super intense here because I just want the damn separation. Hopefully I can just scrape some of that color onto here and get the separation, but still leave a lot of the color nuance that's already there. Bit of paint drying my brush. Gotta watch that. I kind of call this, I call it like the color building stage or something. And this is like where if I was outside and I was doing a lot of if I was doing a lot of outside scenes and things here, I would put, sorry, not outside, I mean like if I was doing suburban scenes or things with a lot of human stuff, there's just like ton of little color everywhere, right? And I would start adding just color in just to see what happens, you know. And you know, I don't know how this is gonna look, but I don't care. I want a freaking spot of orange. You know, like these are construction cones. And they can be as vague as you want them to be. I just want the spot there, right? There's all sorts of detail I should put here in the chimney, but at any given point, it's like covered up, and it doesn't look all that interesting there anyway. So, like covered up with foliage, it's probably just going to end up being covered up with foliage. But this is a problem. Like, I need something there. Okay, I'll see if that works. See how that does. Once it dries, I will, however, make it look like there's some kind of concentrated light there. It just happens to hit it well. So I will throw highlights on the top and bottom. All sorts of like interesting colors going on in this thing that's picking up stuff from everywhere. I don't know what to do with it. Let's sort of do a kaleidoscope-ish thing. Slop. It's fun, slop. Let it slop. All right, probably need a lot of value work over here. I can't believe how bright this thing is up on the hill that I do not have colors left for. There's something here. As intense and ridiculous as I made that, it's still not bright enough. What the hell? What do I do? This is where I need that. I may bring the green gold out. Because there's a few extra intense colors I use sometimes, very seldomly, because there's really no place for them in ordinary muted painting. And then I get to this stage and it's like all of these final touches need like major, like luminous kind of oomph, and it just isn't there, right? And you can just say it needs, you could say its value, sure, why not? But I'd rather have value with oomph. So the pattern I'm putting on here isn't really there, but it's kind of a good approximation. What's there? I need to sculpt this tree, and it is, like I said, it's all value. So we have to work with here. Not proper chroma. So we'll see if a little bit of value work, a little bit of shape work can do it. We need some over on this side, but we need basically a yellow, just pure yellow over here. So I may do that in a second, get some more yellow out. that's good. Oh, pure yellow. Oof, that's brutal. I don't think I'm going to do that. Get off of there, ladybug. It's not hospitable for little creatures. Ended up not touching this mid-ground at all. I don't even care. Value-wise, it's closer, but I'm still not liking the forms or anything. I could probably go put another trunk in there, like do all sorts of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm liking the separation the sort of dot leaves gave here. That's a little bit more along the line of what I'm trying to do, get graphic, a kind of like graphic painterly look introduced, but I'm not, it's not going here yet. A lot of it was, I gotta like get a handle on the technique because this is super thin and sort of like, it just looks like thin paint. That's exactly what I did not want. It's just like thin streaks of paint. I want this to look painterly. It doesn't look painterly. It does not look that way. But now my paint's dried and I don't want to redeploy everything. Probably need to look at it a little longer. I should probably do something about this. This mid-tone on that isn't working all that well. Most of this is okay with me. There's probably little silly details I could put in here if I wanted, just to do funky stuff, just some kind of texture or movement, I don't know, but it's not that important. There's all sorts of interesting little luminous things happening here. There's a lot of planes, a lot of dimensionality coming through. So if I like wanted to, this is like this color here, and every little tiny little nodule I put in there like is going to add some interest, should probably do that to a lot of this stuff. But as far as like a study goes, there's like only so much I can do with this. I don't know. I'm not getting the look I like. But then again, when I took this back to the studio and looked at it inside, it looked totally different than it does at like in the day in the bright light like this. So who knows what I'll see when I get back. I may touch it up in studio just because it's bugging me. I don't know why. But all in all, it's decent. What I usually focus on when I come out here is I want this color right. I'm just like this sucker for atmospheric effects. And then I end up fudging all the trees. And like this one ended up okay, but I like structures and atmospheric perspective. And like close-up trees just aren't very interesting to me. And I think it kind of shows, you know. And like there should be branches coming through there. Like why aren't there branches, bro? You know. Like really, you're just gonna like not put in major features because you ran out of paint in the middle, you know? Is that really what you're gonna do? Yes. You know, but like this, it's done. Like this paint's done. I can just grab little bits out of here and there, whatever's there. If there was actually a branch of some kind moving through there, give a little bit of structure somewhere, you know, I don't know. So who knows? You can see all the stuff I was talking about. We'll see what it looks like in studio a little later. And there's all sorts of like little details I didn't get that I wanted to get with the smaller brush. But I really like atmospheric perspective. In the beginning, I was really worried about this color here. And it's like my favorite color in the whole thing. Some of this looked nice. This ended up building some dimension. There's almost too much dimension here where it's like pulling your eye. And it actually looks like this, where this isn't on the same plane as this, but of course it doesn't read, you know. It's like you want this to be at the same plane and just see what's going on, but it's not. This actually sinks down. It's totally different. But you're never gonna like get some disheveled something like that to read in a quick painting like this. So it just kind of looks wrong, but it is right, and it is what it is, you know. So I like little hints of color here and there, and that's good enough. I like some of the punchy colors here that ended up working. I really like the stuff here because it's not painterly. If the whole thing could be like this, that would work. The whole thing could be palette knife like that, it would work. But I'm like trying to mix these things together, and we'll just see how they go. And as far as a study goes, just slogging through stuff is always a good study, and that'll do it.